When you're ready, go ahead and pull up the gear screen.
Whoa, this looks complicated.
This is the item screen, where you'll manage your items, equipment, and synthesis. On the left, we can see your statistics. You're at level 1, but you'll rise quickly. Your other relevant statistics are shown as well.
My offense is 5? Why 5? This is so arbitrary.
You look like a 5. The middle of the screen shows your inventory. The first pane displays your recipes, which are used for synthesis.
Which is...
We'll get to synthesis in a bit. Go ahead and hit the E key to switch to the weapon panel. Here we have your available weapons. Go ahead and equip the butter knife I gave you earlier.
How?
Just highlight the knife and hit enter twice. You'll equip the item, and you'll see a corresponding increase in your offensive rating.
Just double-click it.
Great. Go to the armor pane and equip the bronze armor for a defensive bonus. Similarly, you'll eventually obtain accessories to equip as well. Switch over to the other pane. Here you'll find items that you can use to increase your abilities and key items that permanently bestow some sort of bonus. I gave you the key item spell slot 3, which allows you to use a third spell during battle.
Oh, good. Casting Arclight was getting boring.
We'll equip a new spell in a bit. Next pane, please. One type of item you can synthesize are scrolls, which appear here. If you have one, you can pay a certain amount of experience points to either practice or learn the spell.
Wait, what? How does paying experience points make any sense?
Oh, come on. Does it make any less sense than one single quantitative value accurately representing the whole of your fighting abilities and knowledge?
Good point.
Anyway, when you learn a spell, you'll need to accomplish some goal, like obtaining a certain efficiency percentage or chaining together a long combo. Each spell will have specific requirements.
I guess I'll worry about it when I've got a scroll.
All right, last pane. Switch on over. This is the raw materials pane, which will display your materials for synthesis. Pretty simple. Go ahead and switch back to the recipes pane. If you have the necessary ingredients, a recipe will be listed in white. From there, just hit enter twice to begin synthesis. Go ahead and try synthing a black potion, whenever you're ready. Here you can control the odds of a successful synthesis. The better the odds, the more XP the synth will run you.
I won't always succeed?
This isn't a second-grade soccer league. You'll fail, and it'll suck when you do. You won't lose the items, but you'll lose the experience. Of course, the better the item is, the harder it'll be to synth. Also, you max out at a 95% chance of success. No freebies.
Lame.
Go ahead and synth this one out. I'll make sure it succeeds. Just this one.
I absolutely love cheating this. I've done it both times I've played it. This is so much fun. It's not really, it's only 4 more experience, but still, I love it so much. She says, I want to make sure, cheater, because this is crazy. One of the items actually took me about 23,000 experience.
Over to the other pane
and it's crazy how some of these later ones will get. Oh, man. Just make sure you cheat it, though. It's fun. I just absolutely love it. I'll make sure it goes through. Well, I'm gonna make it impossible to synth.
In addition to synthing, you can desynth materials, weapons, armor, and accessories. Just hit 1 to decompose an item into some extra experience points.
So it's kind of like selling the equipment.
Sort of. Alright, that's it for the gear screen. When you're done, go ahead and exit back out to the safe room by hitting the escape key.
Or you could just obviously click the back arrow that's sitting right there. One or the other.
Alright, now I'm going to show you how to set which spells you can use during battle. It won't take long, and then we'll finally be done with all this tutorial stuff.
Thank God.
Go ahead and select Spell Set from the menu. This is the very last tutorial. Pinky Swear.
Oh, well, you must be telling the truth then.
Pinky swears are serious.
So what is this?
There isn't really much to this screen. In the top left, you can see all available spells you've learned so far.
Got it.
You can test out any spell in this list by casting it with the 1 key. Make sure you've got the rhythm to consistently cast a spell before inserting it into the ring.
And how exactly might one do such a thing?
Simply select the spell, hit enter twice, and then choose its hotkey. Easy.
Let me guess. You want me to assign a third spell to that empty slot?
Oh, my baby's almost ready to leave the nest.
Yeah, like I've already said, I have this whole game basically plotted out, and I've used the same basic technique. I did modify it for some of the harder stuff, but basically, I have this positioning where 3 is
That's pretty much
Sephiric, whatever
By
that
the
is.
way, you have access
Arclight
to a
and
healing
Barrier,
spell
and
now.
that
It'll
is
help
it.
out against more difficult enemies.
I'll keep
That
that
is
in
a
mind.
lie. That is a blatant lie.
And
You
we're done.
never use that
We're
magic.
done.
I mean, you could, I guess, but I made it through the entire game pretty easily without it. And the final boss, which is incredibly hard, but it's not because it's hard because he kills me. It's hard because I can't kill him in the necessary time. So you'll
Just tell me
never
which
ever
enemies you'd
use
like to
that
battle.
healing spell unless you want to
Got
use it. But I highly doubt it. But yeah, basically it's 3, 2, 1. You hit them all 3 real quick. That's how I do that. It may seem very slow paced, but it definitely gets a lot faster. I mean, and in the end, there are still some slow songs which are much harder because it's really hard to regain your mana, and on a slower song, like but it does get a lot faster. And some of the songs are really fast, like you have to be on it. And like one of them, a couple of songs, like if you ever listen to Sexy or watch Sexy Phil on if you ever watch Sexy Phil on YouTube, he uses some of this guy's music. I think he must have bought it or something, which is kind of cool. I like that. But he uses this guy's music, and it's so awesome because having seen Sexy Phil and watching that and then hearing the song, I'm like, holy crap! Because it brought me right back to that. And the two songs that he uses is the two songs that he used. I don't know what I'm saying, but the two songs that he had that Sexy Phil used is awesome, and in this game they are very fun and functional. So I don't know, but it definitely gets a lot faster. It does seem really slow watching it, but playing it's a lot faster too, because you're kind of like sitting there going, holy crap, I'm panicking. What do I gotta make sure I get everything right, gotta make sure I'm watching all three fields, which when you get to the later end of the game, it is so much easier. Like, see that me flopping around like that? I mean, I do that as a joke, but really at this speed and at this level in the game, I mean, level 4 is much, much higher. I mean, even then, like, the 5th, 6th, and 7th level are completely different. I mean, it's crazy. Oh, and at the same time, yeah, it does seem like this is a little bit grind-tastic, and it kind of is. Like, the gameplay doesn't... It never bothers you. I wouldn't... Up until the ending, even then, it still didn't bother me, but I could definitely tell it was getting a little bit heavy in the grind area. But like the whole gameplay is basically you keep attacking these 3 monsters until you get the crap you need. You synthesize that stuff, and you go up the floor, you fight the boss. And that's the whole game. And it's never really a big problem. That's why I kind of keep it in here, because for the first few floors, it's actually not a whole lot of grind. It's not like a whole lot of fights you have to do. Once you hit like the 5th and 6th floor, you start grinding a lot, and it's not like you grind it because you have to, because you can't beat anybody. You start grinding because you might need the experience in order to synthesize an item, and you start grinding because you might need an item which has very low drop rates, which get kind of crazy at the end. Because there's this one like girl statue thing you have to fight on. I think it's on the 5th floor. No, 6th floor. It's on the 6th floor, and one of her drop rates, and this is in order to fight the secret boss, is 9%. And I've had it to where I've had an 80%, a 60%, and a 45% give me nothing. And I've done that a couple times, and it kind of makes you mad. Like, it's 80%, I should at least get that one item. But seriously, that 9% is crazy. But you do have items that help you with that, but it doesn't help you enough. But I mean, it does shorten the grind a little bit. So that's why, I mean, I am keeping some of these early fights in here, but once we get up there, which is kind of stupid, because the later fights are much, I'd say better. They're faster paced, and the music basically stays the same throughout the whole game. They recycle some of the same 10 songs, and then they just reuse them for different enemies. Like the cloud enemies always have throwing fire, but either way, it's just the grinding gets a little bit extreme in the watching of it later on. So that's why I'm keeping it. Once we hit like the 4th floor, I'll cut out most of the grind, because the grind is bad. But it's still, the game is never to the point where you're sitting there going, oh no, I gotta play this more. Even when you have to extremely grind in order to try to fight off the last boss, and if you haven't done it by now, synthesize some better spells in order to actually kill them, because that's my problem. I still have the same spells from like early on. Like, I have basically that system right there, but 3 new spells, and 3 of them, and 2 of them are support spells, and 1 is attack spells. That's it. I don't actually have too many. That's basically right there what I'm going to use the whole game. Well, that's been fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Please keep watching, because this game definitely gets better. The banter gets better, the gameplay gets better, the music gets better. Adios.